Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to give you my top Harry Potter themed names for your dogs, cats, and other pets. Alright, if you're new here, I'm Claire. My channel is all about mom stuff, lady stuff, and life stuff, so definitely hit that subscribe button down below. This actually is kind of a little bit different of a video than what I normally post. However, I did post a dog name video a while ago, and it has just gotten really popular. People seem to really like it, so I thought I would do another one. Now, before I get started, if you don't already know this, I am a dog groomer, which means that I have seen like so many dog names. Like anything you can think of, I've definitely seen it. I've been grooming for like 8 years now, so I've seen a lot when it comes to names. I have seen quite a few Harry Potter themed names along the way, but most of these I don't think I've seen. Some. But anyway, in this list, I am not including like actual character, like human names. So like Dumbledore and Sirius and like Hermione, those are not on this list. Those are really, I think, kind of obvious Harry Potter names. So those will not be on this list. If you're looking for a complete list of like actual human character names, just Google it. I'm sure that that exists out there. These are a little bit more creative and would make an amazing name for your dog, your cat, your turtle, whatever. Okay, so my first sort of group of names are Quidditch names. I think it would be so cute to name a dog Nimbus or Firebolt, and that of course is named after the brooms, but also I think Snitch, Quaffle, Bludger, I think those are really fun names for dogs too, especially like if you had a golden retriever or like a dog that was gold. I think like naming it Snitch would be like so funny and cute. Also like Bludger, I can imagine like a little French like chunky squatty bulldog named Bludger. I think that those are just really great names. Also, if you have a particularly fast breed like a greyhound, I think Nimbus or Firebolt would be so cute. Next, my ideas for names are Galleon, Sickle, and Nut. And these, of course, are the names of the Harry Potter universe money. And I think that those are all really cute, especially if you had 3 of something. If you named them all that, I think it would be darling. The next name on my list is Butterbeer. I think that that would be the cutest name for like a fat old dog. I mean, I guess dogs aren't born fat and old, but if you were adopting a fat old dog, name it Butterbeer, dude. Any groomer that you took your dog named Butterbeer to would be amazed at your name skills. Another name I really like is Petronas. I think that it's just like a strong, like powerful name. If you have like, you know, a big, fancy, beautiful dog, I think Petronas is like a pretty like cool, slick name to give it. I also really like the name Bogart, which of course refers to the creature that takes the form of your like greatest fear. So I don't know, you wouldn't necessarily have to have a particularly scary looking dog to name it Bogart, but I think that it'd be a really cute name. Now the next couple names are actual names of characters, but not people characters. So this can kind of just give you some more ideas to name your animal. And of course, that would be the original makers of the Marauders map, which would be Padfoot, Prongs, Mooney, and Wormtail. I think those are really cute. I really think Padfoot is probably my favorite out of those. And of course, that's because Padfoot actually is a dog. So if you did have like a black dog, instead of maybe naming it Sirius or something like that, you could go a little bit more subtle, a little bit more different, and go with Padfoot instead. But I also think Wormtail is cute, and Prawns and Mooney, I think those are really cool Harry Potter names. Next, I'm gonna just give you a rundown of the animal names from Harry Potter. I did like just think of all these with my brain. I didn't like Google it, so I may have missed a few. But the ones I could think of that are really good are obviously Hedwig, the beloved owl of Harry Potter himself. But we also have Pigwidgeon, who is Ron's owl. We have Trevor the toad. We have Crookshanks the cat, Scabbers the rat, Errol, who is the Weasley's old hilarious owl. We also have Fawkes, who was a phoenix. We have Norbert and Fang and Buckbeak. So those I think are all really good names too. Out of all of those, I think Pigwidgeon is my favorite. I think that's like a great name. And Ginny is the one who thought of it. So I think it's great. Now, in my profession as a groomer, I do see quite a few dogs named Dobby. Of course, after the house elf, the beloved Dobby. It is a really, actually kind of a common dog name, especially for like a dachshund, dogs with like long faces, because you do kind of see that sort of house elf vibe, I guess. So Dobby is a great name for a dog, or, you know, any other animal, but I think people also forget about Creature and Winky, which are two other house elves, and if you have only watched the movies, then you might not know about them, but in the books they play a much larger role, and I think that dogs should be named after them too, because they are also important. So the next time you see like a Dobby looking dog, like maybe name it Creature instead, I don't know. Oh, that's right, I forgot. In the animal names, I meant to go with Aragog. I forgot Aragog. That, of course, is Hagrid's BFF gigantic spider. The next name on my list is Vela. I think that that's really cool, and probably the average person, if they're not like an HP person, would just be like, oh, that's a cool name for your dog, but anyone who is into Harry Potter would immediately be like, oh, good name. So I think that's like a cool one to go kind of either way, and that, of course, is like the Bulgarian, like beautiful creature thing from the Quidditch World Cup. So Vela I thought was cool. The next one on my list is Horcrux. I think that that is kind of like a hardcore name for a pet. I think it's actually pretty cool though, especially the idea that like I love my dog so much, and I do feel like a piece of me is in my dog. Maybe not as literal as a Horcrux, but I think like if a dog came to see me named Horcrux, I would think it was super cool. So that's one to think about. Also, along that sort of darker side of Harry Potter, I think Basilisk is like a totally hardcore name for a dog too. I would think it was really cool if I met a basilisk. Also like Death Eater. I think that you have to be careful if you're gonna go like with the darker side of Harry Potter, because if you come across someone who is not a Harry Potter fan and you have a dog and you're like, oh, this is my dog Death Eater, that might scare people away. But of course, if that's what you wanna do, then by all means, name your dog Death Eater. The next name on my list is Fire Whisky, and I think that that is a super cute name too. It's kind of along the same lines as Butterbeer, because it is, of course, like a drink that is in Harry Potter, and I just think it's cute. The next name on my list is Gillyweed, which is, of course, the substance that Harry eats to be able to make it underwater in the Triwizard Tournament. I just think it's a cool sounding name, and everyone would definitely know where you got it from if you named your dog Gillyweed. The next name on my list is Howler. I think that this is a wonderful name for a dog, because obviously if you have a hound or if you have a husky or dogs that are particularly vocal, Howler obviously makes perfect sense, but it is also the same name used for a letter that comes and like yells at you and then explodes, which I think is amazing and hilarious and like such a great ode to Harry Potter, and also just a great ode to dogs and the noises they make. So that one I think is like almost #1 on my list. Like I might actually use Howler in my lifetime for one of my animals. All right, next is Mandrake. This one is a little far-fetched. I think a dog named Mandrake is a little silly, but maybe if you had like a turtle, or maybe, I don't know, there are certain animals I think could wear Mandrake better than others, but it's still a good HP name that I think would suit the right species. And the last name on my list is Quibbler, and I think that one is like super darling too. That, of course, is in reference to a publication in the HP universe. Luna Lovegood's father is like the dude of the Quibbler, which I think is pretty cool too. Now, of course, if a dog came into my salon named Hermione or Ron or Luna or any of the main characters, I would, of course, be impressed. I think it's amazing to love Harry Potter so much that you name your animals after it. But I can tell you that not only will your groomer or your vet or your friends, but all Harry Potter loving people will definitely appreciate a super creative Harry Potter name when it comes to your dog or your cat. All right, you guys, I hope you liked this dog name video. My other one was like super popular. I will leave a link to it down below if you want to check it out, if you're still searching for that perfect animal name. And I'm sure, like, seriously, the Harry Potter books are so full of incredible vocabulary. There are probably a million that I missed, or like great ideas that are like in those pages. So if you have a great name from Harry Potter, leave it down below. I would love to see it and give other people watching this video some fantastic ideas. Hit that subscribe button down below if you haven't already, and come back for more mom stuff, lady stuff, and life stuff. I post new videos every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. It is totally free to subscribe, and I would love to have you. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!